It was just after midnight on October 12, 2020, when the sounds of gunshots echoed through a quiet street in Queensland. In the darkness, Shane Bowden sat in his black BMW, completely unaware that his violent past was about to catch up to him. As he pulled into the garage of a home in the Gold Coast, two hooded gunmen emerged from the shadows, unleashing a hail of bullets. In just 13 seconds, Shane Bowden was shot 21 times. 19 shots from one gun and 2 from a shotgun. This wasn't just any murder, it was an execution. Shane's death sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld, especially among outlaw motorcycle clubs in Australia. His murder wasn't just a personal vendetta, it was a power move, an ominous reminder that the law of the street still ruled, no matter the consequences. But who was behind this brutal assassination, and why? The answers were buried deep within Shane's violent and twisted history. Shane Bowden's story begins in 1972, a year that would mark the start of a life filled with complexity and turmoil. Born to biological parents who were just 12 years old at the time of his birth, Shane's early life was steeped in hardship. Unable to care for him, his biological parents placed him up for adoption, leading to his upbringing in a household that wasn't his own. This early displacement set the stage for a series of challenges that would define his path. School was never a sanctuary for Shane. Struggling academically, he managed to achieve only a grade 4 level of literacy. The classroom was a place of frustration rather than achievement, leaving Shane yearning for an outlet that could offer purpose and belonging. Seeking an escape from academic struggles, Shane found solace in sports. His natural athleticism shone through, particularly in cycling. So promising was his talent that he earned a spot at the Australian Institute of Sport, fueling aspirations to represent Australia at the 1996 Olympics. However, fate intervened when a serious injury abruptly ended his cycling ambitions, leaving Shane adrift and searching for new direction. In the void left by lost athletic dreams, bodybuilding emerged as a new focus for Shane. The gym became his refuge, a place where physical strength offered a semblance of control. It was within this environment that Shane's path intersected with members of outlaw motorcycle gangs, introducing him to a world that would profoundly alter his trajectory. The allure of camaraderie and toughness within these gangs drew Shane in. He became involved with the Finks motorcycle club, one of Australia's most notorious outlaw motorcycle clubs, known for their violent methods and criminal enterprises. The club's activities range from drug trafficking and extortion to violent enforcement and retribution. Shane's deepening involvement in this world marked a significant departure from his earlier pursuits. Shane's immersion in the Finks motorcycle club led to his participation in various criminal activities. In 1996, he was caught with stolen property, resulting in a fine, a mere prelude to the escalating nature of his offenses. The following year, he was convicted of assaulting a woman, an incident that further entrenched his position within the criminal underworld. By 1997, Shane's actions culminated in a significant escalation. He was apprehended for trafficking cocaine, found in possession of more than 23 grams of the drug. This offense led to convictions on 21 charges, including several committed while he was already out on bail, and a subsequent sentence of 8 years in prison. His time behind bars did little to reform him. Instead, it solidified his status within the Finks motorcycle club, particularly as a key member of their infamous terror gang. The terror team's primary function was to collect debts owed to the club, often involving drugs, loans, or extortion payments. Their methods were violent and intimidating, reinforcing the club's dominance and instilling fear within the community. Shane's role in this unit highlighted his commitment to the club and his willingness to engage in ruthless tactics. What drives individuals like Shane Bowden to transition from promising athletes to key figures in criminal organizations? Is it the allure of power, a search for belonging, or something deeper? But Shane's story doesn't end here. As he delved deeper into the world of outlaw motorcycle gangs, a series of events would unfold, leading to a violent confrontation that would change the course of his life forever. Stay tuned as we unravel the complexities of Shane Bowden's journey from the world of sports to the heart of Australia's criminal underworld. Shane Bowden's journey into Australia's criminal underworld became solidified when he joined the Finks motorcycle club, a notorious gang known for its violent and dangerous methods. This was no ordinary fraternity. The gang was deeply embedded in a world where loyalty was not just encouraged, it was demanded. For Shane, the club's strict code of brotherhood and its reputation for brutal retribution offered him the identity he had long craved. Within this world, Shane became a vital member of the club's elite terror team, enforcing the gang's will with violent efficiency, collecting debts and settling scores with ruthlessness. His association with the Finks was not just a lifestyle, it was a complete immersion into crime. One of Shane's most notorious moments came in 2006, when tensions between the Finks and the Hells Angels reached a boiling point. At the Royal Pines Resort on the Gold Coast, a kickboxing tournament turned into a violent showdown. Shane, along with other members of the Finks, went after Christopher Wayne Hudson, a former Finks member who had defected to the Hells Angels. The betrayal was unforgivable in biker culture. What started as a confrontation quickly escalated into a brutal shooting. Shane shot Hudson twice, once in the face and once in the back, leaving the former gang member severely wounded. Shane handed himself in to the police and was later sentenced to 6.5 years in prison for attempted murder. Despite this, his standing in the gang only grew, marking a pivotal moment in his criminal career. Shane's life continued to spiral deeper into the criminal world. His work as an enforcer involved far more than debt collection. Each job brought a mixture of intimidation, violence, and brutality. For Shane, these were not just tasks, but a reflection of his deepening commitment to the Finks. Each sentence in prison only solidified his reputation within the gang. Shane had become both feared and respected, a man whose loyalty to the Finks was never questioned. While Shane's life was entangled in violence, his personal life was equally complex. His relationship with Janet Campbell stood out as a significant part of his journey. The two were romantically involved during Shane's more turbulent years. Together, they were caught up in a violent home invasion in 2015 that saw Shane sentenced to prison for his role in the crime. Despite this, their bond remained intact, albeit strained by Shane's criminal lifestyle. Shane's actions often created a paradox in his personal relationships. He longed for family stability, but was constantly torn between that desire and the pull of gang loyalty. What motivates someone like Shane Bowden to continue down a path of destruction, despite the cost to personal relationships and his own future? Is it the power, the loyalty, or something deeper? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As Shane's involvement in the underworld deepened, so did the consequences of his choices. A shocking decision would soon change the trajectory of his life, leading to a deadly confrontation that would leave everyone questioning whether redemption was ever truly possible. Stay tuned as we dive into the heart of his downfall. In 2013, amid a sweeping crackdown on outlaw motorcycle gangs by the Queensland government, Shane Bowden made a pivotal decision that would reshape his criminal trajectory. Facing the prospect of the Finks Motorcycle Club being outlawed, Shane and many of his fellow members sought refuge in rival gangs. Shane transitioned to the Mongols Motorcycle Club, a group with a notorious reputation for violent crime and deep-seated rivalries within the biker community. Shane's integration into the Mongols was marked by a series of violent offenses that further entrenched his status within the gang. His criminal activities included assaults, engaging in violent confrontations that reinforced the Mongols' dominance, drug trafficking, participating in the distribution of illicit substances, contributing to the gang's financial strength, weapons offenses, being implicated in illegal arms dealings essential to the Mongols' enforcement operations. These actions led to multiple convictions, with Shane serving significant prison sentences. Despite incarceration, his affiliation with the Mongols remained unshaken, highlighting the complex interplay between his criminal endeavors and personal identity. Upon release, Shane's journey took another unexpected turn. Seeking a fresh start, he attempted to rejoin the Mongols. However, his return was marred by internal conflicts and perceptions of betrayal. Shane's actions were viewed as a breach of the Mongols' code, leading to his expulsion. In a bid to reclaim his former stature, Shane reconnected with the Finks motorcycle club. This move was seen as a betrayal by the Mongols, igniting tensions that would culminate in violence. The rivalry between the Mongols and the Finks intensified, setting the stage for a tragic confrontation. On October 12, 2020, Shane Bowden's life was abruptly ended in a calculated assassination. The execution-style killing was a stark reminder of the perilous world he inhabited. The murder not only underscored the brutal realities of gang rivalries, but also highlighted the personal costs of betrayal and shifting allegiances within this violent subculture. What drives individuals like Shane Bowden to continually navigate a world of violence and betrayal? Is it the pursuit of power, a quest for belonging, or an inescapable pull of their past? Shane's story is a poignant chapter in the saga of outlaw motorcycle gangs, but it's far from unique. Countless individuals are drawn into this world, each with their own tales of rise, fall, and tragic end. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the psyche of those who choose this path, exploring the allure, the dangers, and the ultimate cost of life on the edge. In the early hours of October 12, 2020, the quiet suburb of Pimpama on Queensland's Gold Coast was shattered by a meticulously planned execution. Shane Bowden, a former heavyweight in the outlaw motorcycle scene, was ambushed outside his residence. Two hooded gunmen approached his black BMW as he returned home from the gym, unleashing a barrage of bullets, 19 from one firearm and 2 from a shotgun. The precision and brutality of the attack indicated a deep-seated vendetta. The Queensland Police Service launched an extensive investigation, quickly uncovering evidence of sophisticated surveillance tactics employed by the assailants. CCTV footage revealed 2 individuals installing a GPS tracking device on Bowden's vehicle weeks prior to the murder, highlighting the premeditated nature of the crime. Detective Superintendent Brendan Smith remarked on the sophistication and planning involved, emphasizing the organized crime elements at play. Suspicion gravitated toward the Mongols motorcycle club, with whom Bowden had a tumultuous history. After transitioning from the Finks to the Mongols in 2013, Bowden's relationships within the club soured, leading to his expulsion. He subsequently rejoined the Finks, a move that reportedly irked Mongol leadership, especially given Bowden's efforts to recruit Mongol members back to the Finks. This internal discord is believed to have fueled the motive for his assassination. Bowden's murder ignited a violent turf war between the Mongols and the Finks in southeast Queensland. The conflict escalated to firebombings and public brawls, disrupting the community and drawing significant law enforcement attention. Police discovered documents indicating that chapters of both clubs were operating under attack-on-site orders, underscoring the severity of the feud. In June 2021, 9 men were charged with Bowden's murder, facing allegations of serious organized crime involvement. The charges underscored the complexity and gravity of the case. As of mid-2024, a committal hearing was scheduled, with legal proceedings ongoing. Detective Superintendent Smith expressed confidence in securing justice, acknowledging the challenges posed by the case's intricacies. What drives individuals to remain entrenched in cycles of violence and betrayal within criminal organizations? Is it loyalty, fear, or something more profound? As the legal proceedings unfold, will the truth behind Shane Bowden's assassination come to light, or will the shadows of the outlaw motorcycle world continue to obscure justice? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the complexities of this case, exploring the intricate web of alliances, betrayals, and the relentless pursuit of power. The aftermath of Shane Bowden's execution-style murder triggered one of the most intense investigations Queensland had seen in years. The chilling precision of the hit suggested it wasn't a random act, but a meticulously orchestrated execution. As detectives began piecing together the details, a pivotal discovery was made. A GPS tracking device had been placed on Bowden's vehicle weeks before his death. This device allowed the killers to track his every movement, ensuring the moment of the attack would be perfectly timed. DNA evidence linked one of the accused, Joshua James Small, to the tracker. The discovery marked the beginning of unraveling a web of lies and criminal activity that reached deep into the world of outlaw motorcycle gangs. But it didn't stop there. The investigation took a startling turn when a prison informant came forward, claiming that Small had bragged about his role in the murder while serving time. The informant's testimony painted a damning picture of the hit, a planned execution fueled by long-standing gang rivalries, with Shane's defection from the Mongols motorcycle club to the Finks as a possible motive. As authorities connected the dots between the GPS tracking device, the testimonies, and the men involved, a sense of inevitability began to build. The killers had been stalking Bowden for weeks, and their every move had been calculated. The meticulous planning behind the assassination raised even more questions. Who was pulling the strings behind the scenes? The investigation culminated in a series of dramatic arrests. 9 men were charged with Bowden's murder, each connected to the Mongols and other outlaw gangs, confirming the suspicions that this was far from an isolated act of violence. As the arrests were made, tensions escalated both within the criminal world and in the courtroom. The men were linked by their association with a ruthless network, but as each one faced charges, their stories began to shift. The once solid bonds of loyalty within the gang started to fray. Among those arrested, Joshua James Small stood out. Despite the strength of the evidence, including the GPS data and witness testimonies, Small was granted bail under house arrest. The decision raised eyebrows across the legal community. How could someone with such damning connections to a high-profile murder be given the chance to walk free, even under strict conditions? This legal maneuver only fueled suspicions that the gang's influence might extend beyond the prison walls and into the courtrooms. This controversial decision created an unsettling tension, as law enforcement and the public questioned the integrity of the legal system. Was there enough evidence to lock down convictions, or were the defendants simply too well connected to face true justice? As the trial date loomed closer, the prosecution encountered a series of setbacks. The defense team, armed with a wealth of resources, began attacking the case from every angle. They uncovered discrepancies in the police handling of evidence, pushing the narrative that the investigation had been rushed and that crucial steps had been overlooked. But the most shocking development came when Michael Gainby, a prominent criminal defense lawyer, withdrew from representing several of the accused. His reason? The prosecution had failed to provide critical witness transcripts, which he argued would have been essential to defending his clients. This legal complication not only delayed the proceedings, but also threw the credibility of the prosecution's case into question. What seemed like a straightforward case now appeared to be mired in procedural chaos. The defense used every tactic at its disposal, attempting to undermine the case piece by piece, leaving many to wonder if the mountain of evidence would be enough to stand up against such a well-funded legal challenge. The withdrawal of Gainby marked a key turning point in the legal battle, casting doubt on the strength of the case and raising the stakes for both sides. As legal experts weighed in, it became clear that this case was far from over. Every new twist seemed to open a door for the defense to exploit, and the question remained, could the prosecution overcome these challenges, or would the criminals involved slip through the cracks of the legal system? How far should the law go to protect witnesses, especially when facing organized crime syndicates with vast resources? Can the judicial system truly dismantle these networks, or does the power of the criminal underworld always find a way to manipulate the system? As the legal battle rages on, with new developments emerging daily, The question of whether justice will be served for Shane Bowden grows ever more complex. With each twist and turn, the case becomes a battleground of legal strategy, witness testimony, and unanswered questions. Will the prosecution manage to break through the defense's obstacles, or will the powerful reach of the Mongols and their affiliates prove too great to overcome? As the committal hearing draws nearer, all eyes are on the courtroom, where the fate of the accused and the hope for justice hangs in the balance. Stay tuned for the next chapter in this high-stakes saga. The quest for justice in the wake of Shane Bowden's assassination has been a journey fraught with delays and legal intricacies. Initially, a committal hearing was slated for February 3, 2025, but unforeseen challenges led to its postponement. 8 months later, on October 13, 2025, the hearing is now set to proceed, offering a glimmer of hope to those seeking accountability. This extended timeline has tested the patience of all involved, but the pursuit of justice marches on. Shane Bowden's death sent ripples through Australia's criminal landscape, particularly affecting the Mongols and the Finks motorcycle clubs. His assassination highlighted internal conflicts and power struggles within these organizations, shedding light on the often turbulent dynamics of outlaw gangs. The incident has prompted a re-evaluation of alliances and rivalries, influencing the operations and strategies of these groups in the region. Beyond the confines of criminal organizations, Shane's family has been unwavering in their pursuit of justice. Their steadfast commitment underscores the personal tragedies that often accompany such violent acts. This dedication has resonated with the public, fueling widespread interest and support for the case. The community's engagement reflects a collective yearning for justice and a deeper understanding of the complexities surrounding organized crime. What drives individuals and families to persist in seeking justice amidst such profound adversity? How does the public's fascination with these cases influence the pursuit of accountability? Share your thoughts in the comments below. As the committal hearing approaches, the question looms: will the legal proceedings unravel the full story behind Shane Bowden's assassination? The stakes are high, and the eyes of many are watching. Stay tuned as we continue to follow this gripping saga, where every revelation brings us closer to understanding the forces at play. Shane Bowden's journey, from his promising athletic beginnings to his deep immersion into the dangerous world of outlaw motorcycle gangs, was marked by ambition, violence, and betrayal. Born into hardship, Shane's early promise in cycling was shattered by an injury, leading him to bodybuilding, where he met influential figures in the biker world. Over the years, Shane's criminal activities escalated, leading him to join notorious gangs like the Finks and Mongols, where his loyalty was tested time and time again. The brutal murder of Shane on October 12, 2020, was the culmination of years of tension within the biker underworld. His assassination shocked not only his family but the entire criminal world. The hit was meticulously planned, tracked, stalked, and executed with chilling precision. The violence of his death mirrored the chaos of his life. His murder remains one of the most talked-about cases in the world of outlaw motorcycle gangs. After Shane's death, the investigation revealed the ruthless underworld in which he was deeply embedded. 8 men were charged, but the road to justice has been long and full of challenges. With evidence like GPS trackers and witness testimonies, the prosecution's case against the accused appears strong. Yet the legal battles continue. In early February 2025, a committal hearing was postponed, now set for October 13, 2025, creating a sense of impatience and uncertainty for all involved. The complexity of these cases, often tangled with gang influence and courtroom delays, paints a sobering picture of the criminal justice system. For Shane's family, the pursuit of justice has been a long and emotionally exhausting battle. The journey has been filled with both hope and disillusionment as they grapple with the violent loss of a father and partner. Despite the obstacles, their resolve remains firm, driven by the need for closure and accountability. The murder has sent shockwaves through the Mongols and Finks motorcycle clubs, furthering the internal rivalries that have marked their violent history. Tensions within the gangs continue to rise as factions fight for control, with Shane's death being a stark reminder of the lethal consequences of betrayal and shifting allegiances. This case also highlights the ongoing power struggle within these organizations, as each decision can mean life or death. What motivates individuals to persist in seeking justice for someone caught in a violent world like Shane's? Is it love, the need for closure, or the desire to right a wrong? Share your thoughts below. With the trial on the horizon, the big question remains: will the full truth behind Shane Bowden's murder ever come to light? Will those responsible finally be held accountable, or will the shadows of organized crime continue to block justice? Stay tuned as we follow the trial in the coming months. What do you think about Shane Bowden's case? Do you believe justice will prevail in the courtroom? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for future updates on this case and other gripping true crime stories. Next time, we dive into another high-profile case that continues to puzzle investigators and captivate the public's imagination. Stay tuned as we uncover the layers of mystery surrounding this unsolved case.